And joining us now with more on all of this is KTVU political analyst Brian Sobel. President Trump is reportedly giving this very special consideration. Do you think he will end the DACA program tomorrow?
Well, it's interesting. He has talked about ending the DACA program and then also saying, I have a big heart, so if I end the program, it'll end the right way. I have no idea what that means, but we will see over the next few days. It's not necessarily going to happen tomorrow, but you know, because of the Texas situation.
If he does end the program, what will it mean for undocumented immigrants?
Well, I would assume that over time they will have to somehow end up on a list that takes them back to their country of origin. I mean, that's essentially ending immigrant status here without legality, you know, de facto sends them.
Well, let's be honest, it'll also make them fearful.
There's exactly no question.
Yeah.
Removing DACA really is, from some 800,000 people, is a game changer for all of those people. It really is.
Brian, what I don't understand is there are 12 million people in this country here illegally. Why go after them?
You know, it's this program, Frank, that's been that was put in place by President Barack Obama by executive order in 2012, and I can't but help think that some of this is, we didn't like that executive order, we're going to do the opposite by executive order.
But when you do it by executive order, that means if President Trump is not reelected and a Democrat comes into office, now he can reverse it. And you think about what that's doing to the lives of these people. 4 years they're in, 4 years they're out, 4 years they're in. The fear that they must go through, the uncertainty that they must go through. Why can't Congress get involved and decide once and for all what we're going to do?
Well, and that's the open question. Congress needs to take back its power, and they spin their wheels on some of these issues. If you'll recall, Barack Obama signed that executive order because he knew the Republicans weren't going to pass it in Congress. And now if it's undone, it's because President Trump thinks he's got you know, a problem undoing it, so he's just going to by fiat undo it. It sets up a very vicious cycle, which we've all talked about for a very long time.
And these are people's lives.
Oh, absolutely. People's lives are at stake.
All right, well, let's talk about the situation. A lot of people's lives are hanging in the balance in Texas right now with the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey. Vice President Mike Pence was in there today. President Trump saw the area earlier this week. How do you think the federal government is doing in terms of federal emergency response? Well,
there has been some criticism, but I think overall the response appears to be about as good as you're going to get. FEMA was ready before the disaster, and they seem to really be delivering the assets. The military and the other organizations in there seem to be doing as best they can. There's going to be a lot of Monday morning quarterbacking, Julie, on this. You know that.
There's always Monday morning.
I wish we had more time to talk. We're going to talk with you coming up tonight at 6. More on all of this, but for now, we will let that be the final word.
Absolutely. Brian, thank you.
Thanks.